I was like, hey, niggas, do y'all remember they did this thing called the Tuskegee experiment? And I'm talking about in my state, like 2 hours away from Birmingham, they did this to us 2 hours away. What are y'all doing? We still seeing the effects of that to this day. So much so when I was in high school, 2008, I was in high school. They have STD vans outside of these predominantly big high schools, predominantly black in Birmingham, and they are testing people because they're having syphilis outbreaks every 3 years. Not bullshitting y'all. Every 3 years, they're having syphilis outbreaks, and they got trucks in front of the high schools. Because you can look it up. Most of your STDs, a lot of your new cases of STDs is by high school kids, especially like syphilis, gonorrhea, and trick. So it's about like high school kids. So when you they was put them in front of the schools so kids can come in there and get tested without, because the outbreak was bad. Like it was bad. Like Huffman had it 1 year, then the other year was like Woodlawn, or 2 years later they'd be like Woodlawn got a syphilis outbreak. Like you'll go to school or go to Walmart and see people with green crust in their eye. Like, damn, baby, you don't let them skeet it in your face. I mean, I ain't supposed to say that. But yeah, we finna talk about what Tucker Carlson had to say. But yeah, like I said, black people just don't question stuff, and we've actually have been through that. Y'all look at this right here. Real quick. Now, this is the Secretary of Health that we got now. It's a man in a dress compared to RFK. And y'all mean to tell me we talking about qualifications? This is a loan. Are we talking about this is the Secretary of Health, and this is a person that's a man that think he's a woman? That's a man that think he a woman. And y'all gonna tell me RFK ain't qualified? Come on now. This can't be the life we living. This cannot be the life that we live in. But I know y'all want to be okay with people thinking that they men in dresses. They like to chop off their penises and throw it against the wall. You know, it's weird, but to each his own. So Tucker Carlson sat down with some people and he want to talk about vaccines. Let's go.
Jury in Michigan just awarded a woman fired for not taking the vax millions of dollars. And I hope that is a nationwide trend where everyone whose life was destroyed in that fit of lies and hysteria is made whole. I really hope so. And I do hope that Congress can immediately strip the blanket immunity from the vaccine makers.
They need to. What you wish they would have called out? Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Make sure y'all subscribe on all pages. And like I said, if you want to support the channel, the Cash App is at the bottom, or y'all can hit that super chat.
Don't understand that. I've sold products my whole life. I mean, imagine you have a product, you convince politicians to force the population to buy your product. Anyone who complains gets fired, and you can't be sued. I'm sorry. And I'm not attacking vaccines, by the way. I'm sure there are fine vaccines. I don't know. I'm not taking any of them, but it's okay if other people do.
See, that's how people do the bullshit. I ain't taking them. It's okay if you do. I'm not taking them. I'm not a vaccine denier. But if you want to be a dumbass, that's kind of like, y'all know this. If you black watching this, you know, when you tell somebody old or something, and they be like, "Oh, bless your heart." That's kind of the same thing he just did. Oh, bless your heart.
I'm not mad about people taking vaccines. I'm not mad about vaccines.
Or when you be in love with somebody and they do you wrong and you tell your granny what happened and she say, it ain't that much love in the world.
But that's a scam. And anyone who says it's not a scam can just explain to me how it's not a scam. How is that not a scam? You're not allowed to sue. You can sue anybody for anything in this country. Anything. It's why we don't have playgrounds anymore. Because people made remember merry-go-rounds? Remember those? Is anyone old enough to remember a merry-go-round? They don't exist. They were awesome. I have like 10 friends who have fewer teeth than they were born with because of merry-go-rounds.
Hey, this is some real shit. So in high school, there's a video going around. This dude had a dirt bike and he put the back wheel, he laid the dirt bike on the side, and he put it on the side of the merry-go-round, and people got on it, and they hit that bitch like they were just and it was spin the merry-go-round real fast, and everybody flew off the merry-go-round. Also, I seen another podcast, and the dude was like, "You notice that kids don't be having cast on anymore?" I said, "Damn, I ain't never thought about it." He was like, "Yeah, and the kids don't have cast on anymore." He said, "Just think about when we grew up," and he's around my age. I'm 36. He said he had a lot of kids with cast on. They was outside riding bikes, jumping out jungle gyms, breaking arms and legs and stuff. He said, "Now you don't see kids with no cast on." I was like, "Damn, you're right. You don't see kids with cast on, but you also don't see kids outside. You don't see bikes in front yards. You don't see kids drinking out of water hoses anymore. A lot of these kids is, fat, chubby, they can't really make out if they're a boy or a girl. You got to wait till they hit puberty. If they hit puberty, depending on what they put in our food, or if they parent is some woke joke. That's what I'm gonna call them woke jokes. And they decide to get they children puberty blockers. Like I said, we don't know what's going on nowadays.
But they have stronger spirits because they were great. They don't exist anymore because the trial bar decided we're going to get rich suing merry-go-round makers and people who were nice enough to build playgrounds. It's like so many good things in American life have been eliminated by the greed of the trial bar. By the way, next time in the Caribbean, go down to the yacht basin, wherever you are, it doesn't matter what island you are, and look at the biggest boats and just ask like the boat guys and the matching polo shirts with the yacht names on them, like, what does the owner of this boat do for a living? And just keep a list of how many of them are trial lawyers. Like a lot. It was the tobacco settlement.
Top dog law.
On a respect.
Call Saul.
Justice or whatever. It was talcum powder or whatever case they were. And I'm not attacking
mesothelioma.
All lawyers, though I want to, because I do hate them with a passion. But even if I liked lawyers, I would say, how is it that there's this one category that's exempt from the risk that all the rest of us who are involved in any kind of business face? I have liability insurance on my house in case the UPS guy slips delivering a package from Amazon. But
just think about that. We got companies that's trillion dollar companies that's immune to being sued. But you as a regular day individual, and they know that most people live in check to check, don't have $1,000 in savings in case of an emergency at their household, will allow people to sue you and your insurance company, and you can get sued if you don't have insurance. But you mean tell me people that got billions of dollars are immune from being sued? That is crazy when you think about it.
Somehow Albert Bourla and all the other creepy billionaires who run these disgusting pharma companies are in no danger of being sued because their corrupt pals in Congress in 1986 gave them blanket immunity? Like, let's tear that down immediately. Oh, well, we can't compete. Well, why don't you just make a safer vaccine then? How's that sound? Why don't you face the same risk that every other person who conducts any other kind of commerce or lives in this country faces every single day? Oh, we can't. Oh, shut up. Go away. And so that's the first thing. I don't even know how I got off on that, but I'm so mad about it. It's so crazy. And that no one can say anything about it. And it's like, oh, you're against science. No, I'm not against science at all. I wish we practiced it in this country. I do.
I heard that shade. I wish we practiced science in this country. Y'all know they told us that humans naturally aren't meat eaters because our intestines. Like, that's something that we literally learned in science. That humans aren't meat eaters because our intestinal tract is so damn long that it's not meant to break down any type of meat. That's what they told us. That's why you have to cook the meat, because you don't even have the gut health to break down all the parasitic stuff that's inside of meat that you eat. Like, one of the things that's the worst thing to eat is bear meat. It has a lot of parasites in it. And so I've been seeing a lot of people telling people how to cook it lately, because so many people have been indulging in eating bear meat lately, which is weird. Like, humans just want to eat anything. I guess that'll taste good with some honey mustard or some barbecue sauce. I'm try that bear. Like, it's weird. We all learned this in science. I don't know if y'all paid attention. They said people with sharp teeth, fangs, your lions, your tigers, your bears, was meant for killing, puncturing, and ripping. teeth like ours that's flat was meant for grazing on like plants, vegetables, fruits, shit like that. The reason this is all science now, but we don't practice out. But they give us, we got a whole aisle of meat that they cook, and then they give food coloring, and they put it in plastic so it won't go bad so quick. Crazy, I know.
Actually believe in science. And if, by the way, if you believe in science, let's see the numbers. Let's see the numbers right now. You know what I mean? Social Security has the numbers. We know a lot about.
Hey, on the New Normal podcast, we do not condone stepfathers forsaking. I don't care how many fine women it is at school. They're only recreational use only. We do not condone it because we gotta make these women lay in the bed that they made, but they bed that they lay in always seem to be a little bit more comfortable than the bed that you make as a man. Remember that her bed is going to be a lot more comfortable than your bed that you make as a man. So that's why we got to make sure that we put them on the same playing field. We do not condone being a stepfather.
Who was injured, who took it, who didn't, about the trials that are all sealed. Like, I'll just say this and I'll stop. If you want to restore honesty to government, if you want to get rid of corruption, there's a very simple way to do that, and it's with transparency. It's allowing people to know what their government is doing with their money in their name. And if you can't know, if somehow you're being prevented from knowing, then you can be absolutely certain that crimes are being committed. Because why else would they be hiding it from you?
I 100% agree. Why are you hiding your tests? Why are you hiding your trials? Why are you hiding anything that I need to watch and research? Why are you telling me about how many people got injured? Why aren't you telling me how many people were actually in this trial? Like Trump said some real shit, and everybody know this. When y'all be doing polls, why I've never been asked for polls? Trump said I'm almost 80 years old, and I don't know nobody that has ever been questioned about a poll. Same thing when they say we just need people to come sign up, because I know y'all have heard the commercials that come on the radio and stuff. I know very few people listen to it, but sometimes UAB, one of the best hospitals in America, is in my city, right? And so UAB will run a commercial, and the last commercial they had, they say if you are a lesbian and you lick on vagina and you date another lesbian and she licks on your vagina and y'all bump coochies, we would like to run some tests because there's this new thing that's going around, and we're trying to see is it more frequent in lesbians, or is it something that's just going around, in America? Like that was a real commercial. I'm paraphrasing, but that was a real commercial. I still haven't heard of any lesbians taking this test, just like I never heard anybody that said, well, yeah, I went to these, control test groups where they, pricked my arm and, tried to wait and see if my eyeball was going to turn red or green or something. Like, I still don't know. Nobody that signed up for these trials. So show us the people that y'all said that y'all actually had in these trials, or y'all just did it on monkeys. And speaking of monkeys, did y'all see, I think in South Carolina, they said 40 monkeys got loose? Let me look this up. Let me look it up real quick. I think they said 40 monkeys got loose. I'll take that back. 43 monkeys that got loose, which is scary. And it's scary. In South Carolina. In South Carolina. That's scary. It's saying 43 monkeys. Oh, let me exit out of this. 43 monkeys escaped South Carolina research facility. Police will warn residents to secure doors and windows. Authorities in South Carolina on Thursday warned residents to lock their doors and windows after more than 40 monkeys escaped from a research facility as of Friday morning. The fugitive monkeys said have not been captured. The CEO of the research facility told CBS News the 43 primates broke loose from an alpha genus Genesis facility in Beaufort County, prompting officials to set up traps and use thermal energy imaging cameras in an effort to locate and capture the monkeys. The Yamasee Police Department said in an update posted on social media late Thursday, police said the primates have been spotted in a wooded region in the facility and urged residents to steer clear of the animals. The staff of Alpha Genesis are currently attempting to entice the animals back using food in order to ensure their safe capture, police said. Man, if y'all don't go and shoot them, y'all better harambe them monkeys. Alpha Genesis earlier confirmed that 43 Rahimis macaw primates, I don't know how you say that, macaw primates escaped from an enclosure at the company's facility. Authorities said the primates were very young females weighing approximately 67 pounds and had never been used for testing due to their age. Do y'all believe that? Y'all got 43 monkeys that y'all can't run no test, so y'all just keeping them in there. That don't even make sense. Residents are strongly advised to keep doors and windows secure to prevent the animals from entering homes, police said earlier. If you spot any of the escaped animals, please contact 911 immediately and refrain from approaching them. Westergaard, CEO of Alpha Genesis, told CBS News on Friday that while they have not captured any of the animals, the monkeys are staying close to the facility and are being goofy monkeys jumping back and forth, playing with each other. It's kind of like a playground situation, he said. Westergaard said the company has put the bait traps, but the monkeys are not going inside them yet. They're jumping back and forth, taking the food, and then jumping back up on the fence and the tree line, he added. They're watching us the same way we're watching them. Y'all taking this shit too light for me. Y'all taking this too light for me. Like, this is what's going on in America. We got monkeys escaping. We already had the Wuhan lab. They told us that one real. And they told us that came from a bat. Americans, we are stupid. I told y'all, just even getting in a car, we just let somebody else, a motherfucker that smoked dope, a geeker, put tires on the car. And we just get it and like, okay. Oh, I got the new Hellcat. They big go 800 miles an hour. And wonder why you see so many Hellcat wrecks on the road. Yeah, he didn't calibrate the suspension right. You thought you could handle it. So did y'all see the Polymart? This is another thing I want to talk about. Did y'all see the Polymart thing?